Hey gang, how are you doing tonight? I pray that you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. I'm on a business trip and I'm near Chicago, Illinois, and I'm sorry for the echoiness in here, but I found a good place to video in the bathroom. There was good lighting, and so let's have just a quick chat, shall we? The reason I'm coming to you tonight is I have another chit chat video, and I would like to know your feelings on following people on Facebook. Not friending them, but just following them. I think I may have found a way so that just other people can't just follow you, which I've changed my settings. I don't have my phone with me right now, but I will insert a picture here somewhere and show you where I found that at. The reason I'm asking is because I would just like some input, some feedback, because I want to know if I'm just being overly judgmental, or however you want to put it. I'm trying to think of the right word and I'm just coming up without. I have a friend who, and a very close friend of mine, who follows people on Facebook, does not friend them, but just follows them. And I find that creepy. And I just kind of wanted to have some feedback from you guys. Do you find that creepy, or is it just me? Am I overthinking things too much? For anonymity purposes, I'm not going to tell you who the person is or what type of people they are following. But just in general, how do you feel about that? Do you think that it's right to just follow people, kind of creep on them? I'm not talking about superstars, famous people that you can like their page or, and follow them that way. But I'm just talking about everyday people like you and I. And you have total strangers who can click on follow to follow you, but they don't have to be your friend. When you friend somebody, you're automatically following them. I mean, that's just a given. If you're friends with somebody and maybe you don't like their content, but you don't want to hurt them by unfriending them, you can unfollow them. You're still friends, but you're not seeing all the stuff in their news feeds. But what I'm talking about is not friending them and only following them. Unless you've got some kind of an ulterior motive, or, being unmoral, I don't quite understand that, why you would just follow someone and not friend them. If they're good enough to follow, they should be good enough to be your friend if that's what you want. But I don't know. I was just needing a little bit of feedback, a little confirmation for my brain, whether I'm just overthinking it or if the rest of y'all find it kind of creepy too. Instagram is something different. Now, Instagram, you have to follow people in order to follow their feeds. That's just how that works. That's Instagram's program. You don't have to friend them to follow them, but that's the only way you do communicate with people is to follow them. I have had some odd experiences lately, speaking of Instagram. A while back, my son's ex-girlfriend changed the settings for me in my Instagram so that if people want to follow me, they have to request my permission in order to follow me on Instagram, because I was getting a lot of garbage. I was getting a lot of people who or things that I wanted nothing to do with. I didn't want them following me. I didn't want them to have any access to me. So she changed it so that people have to ask my permission, which I really like that. It's an extra step. I have to go in and kind of review them, but to me, that's the safest thing. Well, what's been happening to me lately is that men have been requesting to follow me. And I'm feeling like it's being treated more like a pickup site than anything. The first time it happened to me, the gentleman, I looked at his profile, his page, and there was a lot of pictures and stuff. So I felt like he was probably a genuine person and not somebody trying to steal somebody else's identity type situation. So I thought, oh, he's probably a friend of a friend. So I allowed him to follow me. And immediately thereafter, he started to try to strike up conversation with me through private message. And because I'm in a committed relationship, I was not going to open up that Pandora's box to even remotely start anything there. So I did not respond. And since then, I've had several other men who have requested to follow me on Instagram, and I have immediately deleted them. I did not even, you know, I'm just not that kind of a girl. I love myself and respect myself enough that I don't want to be out there for unethical or unmoral purposes. So just be careful. My big thing is, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, any of the social media sites, be choosy on who you follow and who you allow to follow you. There are a lot of hackers out there. There are a lot of there's just a lot of scum out there that are looking to hurt people. And I don't want it to be you. I don't want you to be one of those that gets taken advantage of. Because a lot of people, if you're single, I'm not technically single. I'm not married, but I am in a committed relationship. But those who are single, not in any kind of a committed relationship, can get quite lonely. I've been there. I know that feeling. And sometimes we are so much more vulnerable than when we are lonely. And we're just seeking attention so bad because being lonely is so unbelievably painful that we just take whatever attention that we can get. And unfortunately, when we are not being selective, that attention can be a big detriment to us. So please be careful of who you are following and whom you let follow you. Be choosy. It's your life. You have the right to make that decision. Don't let other people make it for you. It's your decision, not theirs. It's your life. So always remember that. I think sometimes we can forget that we have a choice, that we can decide who we want to follow or who we want to friend or who we don't want to friend or follow or whatever the case may be. And if you're following somebody for unethical, unmoral reasons, maybe, you've got an attraction towards them, you think that they are very attractive, and I'm keeping this very G-rated. If you are in a committed relationship or you're married, stop it. You are asking for trouble. And then you wonder why your significant other or your spouse gets upset or hurt because you're in a relationship. That should be enough for you. And if it's not, maybe you shouldn't be in that relationship. So be careful, be wise, and be respectful. Be respectful of your friends, of other people. Don't just, follow people. That's my personal thing to you. That's my personal feelings. If they're good enough to follow, then they should be good enough to friend them. And just be careful what kind of a Pandora's box you're opening up if you choose to go down that road. I get off my soapbox now. I pray that you're healthy, that you're happy, that you're safe. and I pray that you have peace in your life. Until we meet again, my friends, have a great rest of your night, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.